had this tiny little hair inside my eye for so long. I cut my bangs today, and first of all, I don't know what the made me think I could do that, because clearly I don't know what I'm doing. I'm not a hairdresser. Second, now I have all these tiny little hairs still left over all over my face and in my eye, Anyway, what are we doing today? What's up? I'm an illustration student here in Montreal, and in this video I'm gonna take you through a week worth of homework. We're just gonna hang out and do some homework. I think it'd be worth mentioning real quick that I'm only gonna be focusing on my art homework and not so much on like my French class, my English class, my other class, because why would you be into that? I'm barely into that. So let's just skip that part. Without further ado, let's get into it. I shall take you through my struggles this week. First thing that's due on Monday is progress on a monogram. What's a monogram? It's basically a logo of your name. So you'll take like the initials of all your names, so like first, middle, last, and you'll try to combine them all into a logo. And you're gonna try to make it interesting. So this class is really not my forte. Don't you ever ask me to design a logo, because it's just not my thing. You're probably not gonna get what you're aiming for. You're probably not gonna get my best work. I do not thrive in logo design, okay? I thrive in other things. I can design your tattoo. I'm a drawer, okay? I like to draw. I don't like to paint letters. Please. Don't do this to me. The initials I have to work with are HP, and I'm really trying my hardest not to make it look like the printer company. My character is very like OCD, rigid kind of guy, so I'm trying to kind of like express that through the monogram. I'm trying to keep it simple too, because I don't really know how I can translate any decorations into a character that's so serious and, you know, doesn't mess around. Yeah, this is what we got so far. So I'm gonna try to play around with it a little bit more and then just ask my teacher for feedback on it, because that's the next step when it's a work in progress. You just kind of like do a little bit of work, show it to the teacher, they give you feedback, and you tweak it until you both kind of agree that it feels right, if that makes sense. It's a whole lot of back and forth, but honestly on this project I'm gonna need all the feedback I can get, because I'm just so not imaginative when it comes to creating logo designs. First thing on the list is a clean line art of this illustration we have to do about a species that can be found on our campus, and we have to kind of have a positive approach and draw something that kind of harmonizes their life on campus, or how we can improve their quality of life on our campus. And we have to make it so that it looks great on riso print. It's basically this printing technique that we're gonna try out. I'm pretty excited for that. The species that I'm working on is this cute little butterfly. It's called a swallowtail, and it's like the most independent creature I've ever studied, honestly. I'm finally happy with my composition. It's following the feedback that my teacher gave me when I presented the initial thumbnails. My teacher wanted to see this kind of angle going from like small to tall, showing the life cycle of my butterfly. Now it's just a matter of simplifying everything and making sure that it's gonna look good on riso print or riso print. So here it is. These are the colors that we're gonna be working with when we're actually printing. I'm trying to marry them together in a kind of like harmony. Hopefully I make some happy accidents on the actual print. So I'm kind of excited for that part. Like, it's not really stressing me out. I'm kind of going with the flow on this project. All right, y'all, it's time. It's time to do the most dreaded, definitely the most dreaded exercise for this week's homework. You ready to see what it is? We have the scenes, right? And we have to figure out where the shadow is gonna fall depending on the light angle, right? It sounds pretty intuitive. I myself thought it was gonna be pretty intuitive this semester. but I could have never been more wrong. It is the most math I've done in years. It is pretty exasperating, I'm not gonna lie. The struggle is real. We're all crying. We're all crying this semester. And while it's super important information and it's kind of rewarding once you see everything fall into place,
it's so freaking hard.
When does it get easier? We're gonna move on to the next project, which I'm pretty excited about. For my next project, I'm basically just cleaning up a turnaround and some poses for a character we did for animation class. And this is kind of my favorite class at school at the moment, so I'm super excited. This is the project that feels the least demanding to me. This is one of the projects that I would say takes me the least amount of effort because I actually enjoy it, and I kind of wish more of my classes were like this. So yeah, time to get into my happy zone. All I'm missing now is a color portrait. That's why I left this space over here. The text alone took me so long and it still looks kind of off. Struggles of an illustrator, I guess. Okay, so I'm gonna show you what we got so far. This is what I'm gonna submit for my work in progress model sheet this week. The color portrait is in 2D. I hope that's not an issue, but I guess we'll see what the teacher's feedback is. My toxic trait is that whenever something goes right, I think I'm a genius. I think I cracked the code and it's gonna be smooth sailing from now on, and I'm eventually gonna like be the greatest at it, when in reality it only goes well for about a little bit before I crash and burn once again. I'm talking about 3D modeling in this case, but it could really honestly be applied to any area of my life or artistic career. This is so bad. Why do I have such a god complex when things go well? And why does it only last for like 2 minutes before everything goes back to being There is absolutely no way that my teacher doesn't look at my work and goes, "What the is she doing?" Like, this bitch clearly has no idea what's going on. And he would be right, because I don't really know what I'm doing. I'm just trying to get by, okay? Fun fact, I actually always do these initial sketches on like scrap paper. So this is like my homework for my French class. And that just helps take away the pressure of having to sketch out something great right away. You know what I mean? I'm gonna be redesigning the Wicked Witch of the West. So this is my mood board. This is what I got so far. So my idea is to kind of make her like a pyro entity, because apparently she has superpowers. Her element is fire. I'm kind of debating whether I should have her hair be on fire or if I should just have her have a hat that kind of turns into a flame. So kind of like Hades, you know how he has like the fire hair. We'll see how this plays out. And here I'm just kind of trying to like push, you know, the shapes, make it all more like triangular and edgy to kind of like play with the fact that she is in fact a villain. I always like to start my projects roughly sketching everything out in pencil, because I just feel like I can control a pencil way better than an Apple Pencil. I know it's like more convenient for some people to do it on the tablet because you can just kind of like undo and whatever, but I got an eraser. Same shit. It just kind of allows me to freely sketch and not worry too much about what's coming out of my hand. And I don't know, it just kind of gets me in the zone. So anyway, basically compiled all my rough sketches onto a digital A4 style page, and I'm just gonna submit this because this week it's all just rough sketches, and boy are these rough. But yeah, this is the essence of what I'm going for, so let's see what the feedback is. So that concludes this week's homework, this week's progress on all the projects that we've been doing at school so far. I hope this video kind of helped you get a glimpse into what it's like to be a student in this program. I'm currently enrolled in a illustration program. We kind of touch a little bit on everything. So we'll do a little bit of graphic design, a little bit of 3D, as you've seen. We were doing a lot of traditional work up until this point, but I feel like right now we're focused on trying out different softwares and rendering things digitally. I'm halfway through the program, and this is the point where I'm kind of starting to realize the things that I'm gravitating more towards, or the things that I want to stay the fuck away from upon graduating and taking on work. It's very interesting to kind of see the progression from the first year when you're kind of excited to try everything out, and halfway through when you really start to feel the burnout and really start to kind of realize what you're trying to pursue. So yeah. So bye for now. Hopefully I'll catch you in the next video. All right, bye.